Happy Monday, December 14th. Happy Monday. We've got a lot going on. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, wherever you're watching from. If you're new here, thanks for joining, and please consider subscribing. If you are an existing subscriber, thank you for coming back. Let's dive right in. Today, the Georgia runoff election will start their early voting for Senate seats. There's 2 seats left, and 2 Republicans and 2 Democrats looking to take position in the Senate. The Electoral College certifies their votes. Biden becomes the official president. We're going to see a lot of fireworks, by the way, on that. I've been waiting for this particular instance on the calendar because it really didn't matter what was happening before the electoral votes were getting established. The fireworks are really going to start happening now because somebody's a sore loser. We've got 2 new bills. The original bill from last week that was proposed by the bipartisan group of $908 billion. There were 2 key components to this bill that were being disputed. At this point, the powers that be had communicated to each other and decided to split them into 2 separate bills instead of trying to mash it all together, which was going to be a very, very difficult task. This has got like an 85% probability versus what the original bill was. In fact, actually, that original bill by the bipartisan group probably wasn't going to pass because it included state and local and liability, and that's the area of contention for Mitch McConnell. The new bill, or bills, will break down like this. There's a $748 billion omnibus package, which includes extension of unemployment. That has all your bells and whistles to cover everything as far as state aid for education, eviction protection, mortgage forbearance, all that stuff. It's going to be addressing all those expiration dates. The separate bill of $160 billion. Now, mind you, you add that 160 to the 749. Where are we at? 908. So we still have that same number from the bipartisan group now with 2 bills. That $160 billion for state and local and liability is less likely to pass, which is why I believe that they split that out. But keep your eyes peeled for updates. Hit that bell for notifications. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel because at 4 o'clock they're going to release the text for these 2 new bills. And I'll definitely be doing an update on that. Over the weekend, we had the crypto digital currency hack. That wasn't the only thing that was hacked. There was the U.S. federal government was hacked. A lot of special interest groups and information was hacked from dealing with the federal government. And let's talk about Tesla S&P inclusion. If you hadn't noticed, Tesla started the day today at $609 a share, expected to be extremely volatile all week. But last week, or actually, I think it might have been it was last week. Elon Musk had announced that they were reappropriating $5 billion towards their what do you call it? Their capital gains. So that was basically they were, making a lot of money, and now they're reappropriating that money within the system that they have for Tesla and making improvements, their R&D. So they're taking their gains and reinvesting. In fact, not many companies can do this, but at this high level with this amount of money, it was basically a hiccup. They've already done it. These other companies that are going to have to come to correct themselves as far as the S&P 500 because some business is going to get kicked out of the S&P 500. S&P 500 is the top 500 performing companies. So one company out, those stocks were being held by big companies. Now those big companies have to invest that money into Tesla because now Tesla's included in the S&P. So watch out for that. Watch for a lot of volatility. There's a huge push by the millennials that might actually roll right through this whole Tesla stocks up and down in S&P inclusion. And by that I mean you're looking at a lot of projections as far as where Tesla will end up by the end of the year. I think by the end of this week they might be over $700 a share. Don't sue me. I am not a CPA or a financial advisor. This is just recreational investing altogether. I think it's going to be huge as far as Tesla's establishing themselves officially as a game changer. Not for nothing, but 2030, you're not going to see a lot of internal combustion engine vehicles created anymore. In fact, in some countries, they're saying that they don't want them to be created after 2030, and other companies are going to have to step in and catch themselves up. Now, other companies that weren't looking into EV, excuse me, Toyota, Honda, they weren't even really getting in the game. Now, they've got some serious thinking to do because Volkswagen actually, the Keese, I think his name is, announced that they way underestimated the need for batteries in the European area. So with all these EV companies that are going to be needing EV batteries, the production of batteries, which has been the biggest area of contention for Elon Musk. That's why, Battery Day, they announced that they were going to be getting involved with an Indonesian company for their nickel and creating their own battery gigafactory. So Elon, he's been ahead of the game each time whenever these areas of contention come up. And I absolutely love Kathy Woods from ARK Invest. She is hilarious. I think it was like a month or so ago, she was talking about how everybody thought she was crazy and for her valuations for Tesla and I love how if you ever check the comments on some of these videos by ARK Invest when Tasha comes on and does the announcements, all these guys, they don't care what she's saying. They just comment on how gorgeous she is and this, that, and the other thing. I think it's just absolutely hilarious. I'm like, oh, you're talking money. I love money, but yeah, you're kind of hot. Well, so she definitely was not feeling that. And Kathy Woods was talking about how everybody was, gashing her and saying that she's crazy for her projections. But it's all coming together. I mean, not for nothing. It comes down to this. Our children are going to ask us, when you found out that the temperatures are rising in the atmosphere and all the combustible engines are affecting our environment and affecting the world, what did you do? What did you do? Oh, you know what? I bought a brand new truck, diesel truck. Awesome. How'd that help the environment? Not very well. Nikola is declared the worst company of 2020. Go figure. What happens when it happens when you lie about your vehicles and fraudulently misrepresent them. Go ahead, Milton. Gotta love that. But I wanted to talk more about Tesla specifically before I move on to the rest of the financial stuff and the updates. This is why I feel so passionate about Tesla. Back in the day when I worked for AT&T Wireless, the BlackBerry phone was one of the biggest corporate phones that that they were pushing because it had a keyboard and it had the functionality for emailing and meeting settings and then, you know, obviously when the iPhone came out, because everybody was considering it a phone, they said, you know what? This is a $500 phone and it doesn't have a keyboard. Like, I can't, like, it's not really conducive for, you know, emailing. Get out of here with that. What happened to Apple? It blew up because people thought it was just a phone. I mean, not for nothing, it is a phone, but you have literally a pocket computer. And now, look at what Apple did with it. They blew up. So we have our first initial explosion of technology replacing, you know, dated ways of doing things. You know, iPhone came out, and everybody thought it was just a phone. And when they realized, hey, this is a computer in my pocket, it can get all the information. I can record, I can do videos, I can do whatever, all this explosive new technology. People started using it and buying in. But there were all these naysayers saying, hey, you know what? Why don't you get yourself one of those BlackBerry-looking phones that has a full keyboard because it's more functional and better for your business. More professional, right? Okay. So Tesla. All these people are saying Tesla's an auto manufacturer. No, it's not an auto manufacturer. It happens to make vehicles. But these vehicles are basically robots on the road. And I believe that that's going to be the next main shift. Autonomy is huge. Economy and environment are huge. And with solar energy, their new products for insurance, the battery-powered wall, or the power wall, which allows people using solar energy to redirect that energy or sell that energy back to the utility companies and you know, grid storage. There's so many tiers of Tesla, levels of at which that aren't even being valued. You know, obviously with the solar roofing and the new induction of Tesla insurance for their vehicles, the propensity for robo-taxi, autonomous driving. It's all there. They laid the foundation. Their numbers, they're way ahead. They just were named. The Model 3 was just named the best-selling car in China. And what's China doing? They've got like 4 or 5 other EV companies trying to pop out cars left and right. You got Xpeng, you got NIO, you got Li Auto, you got BYD. And then look at what Elon Musk is doing with SpaceX. They just had the Serial 8 shuttle launch. This thing was doing things that we've never seen NASA try or even contemplate, you know, looking at. This thing goes up in the air, does a little belly flop, does a controlled, you know, landing. It's basically like a skydiving missile that controls itself. And, you know, obviously it did land at its target, but it did explode. But they got all their data. I mean, if you look at Tesla as far as mapping for autonomous driving, they're taking in all this data. When was the last time you took your car to a mechanic shop or to a dealer and said, hey, I want my car to be faster? And all you had to do was, boom, pay for an upgrade, and your car is faster. It's not possible. Can't do it. Tesla can do it. Over-the-air upgrades. Full self-driving operation systems. It's just, all right, enough about Tesla. There's going to be a lot more to come about Tesla, especially because at the end of this week, they'll be included in the S&P, and I think December 21st is going to be a huge day. So yeah, there's Tesla. Then I also want to talk about the Apple car, which has been under wraps and very well hidden for a very long time. But yeah, you're looking at 2023 Apple making their own vehicle. Could be an EV, could be an autonomous driving. I'm thinking of both. And the fact that it'll have Apple Glass. I don't know if you've seen my video with the introduction of Apple Glass, but the ability to have, onboard displays, upgrades on your main system it's just revolutionary. At any rate, I digress. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll be doing updates on the stimulus, text for the stimulus that'll come out around 4 o'clock today. So if you're not subscribed, just at least hit the bell for notifications so you get notified when I put that out. And then all eyes are on these two bills as far as getting past this week. The end of this week, something has to pass or the government's shutting down. I love and appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. You guys are the greatest community. I love the comments too. I actually saw somebody trolling comments on my stimulus package video, and I found it so hilarious. They're like, nothing's gonna happen, nothing's gonna happen, and then I get this update that both the bipartisan group has two bills that will be showing up today. So I started fishing back at him. I'm like, oh, you know what? You're probably right, but, I'm an eternal optimist. Let's see if something happens. And then I linked him the report that I sent, or that I saw. And then, these trolls are ridiculous. I got another one that chimed in and said, God hates liars. And I'm like, I'm, born and raised Catholic Christian, not really a heavy, not really into going to church every day. I'm still very faithful, and I follow it. I said, God hates? When did that start? I thought God didn't hate anyone. Any rate, if you're going to troll, you should probably pick another avenue. And then standing on the faith of your own faith as to back your words, passive aggressively as a comment on YouTube. Who's gonna see it but me? No, my subscribers are gonna see it. How does that reflect on you? I don't know. Might be an issue. Any rate, I love and appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for joining me today on Embrace Life. I'm Timmy O'Neill. Don't forget to get your 4 free stocks with Webull. I'll put the link below. And remember, if you comment on any of my videos since September till now, and subscribe to my channel and share this content, you'll be eligible for my stimulus. Have a great rest of your Monday, guys. I'll be talking soon.